Welcome back, guys. It is a whole situation up in this bedroom, and I'll explain more as we go along, but I need to unpack from the weekend. I need to get all that stuff into the van, and I just need to tidy up a little bit from all the craziness that has been going on, but I'm feeling motivated, and hopefully I can get a lot done. First of all, I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm so happy that you're here watching today's video. I am cleaning out this suitcase because I took Kate and some of her friends to Great Wolf Lodge for her birthday. We kind of decided we wanted some girl time and to get away, so she took a few friends, and then of course Ava went, and Ava took a few friends, and I took my best friend for some backup and some assistance. Not that the girls needed any like extra supervision, but they were really good. We had so much fun. We stayed there overnight and came back, and it was pretty much a whirlwind trip. And then as soon as I got back, I needed to get ready for my trip down to Florida. And if you follow me on Instagram, you already completely know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, I've probably dropped a few hints along the way. Like in one of my videos, I think I mentioned that I needed to furnish a kitchen, and a couple of y'all were like, wait, furnish what kitchen? So I'll explain that as we go along and catch y'all up for those of you who aren't following me over on Instagram. So the short story is we bought a condo in Panama City Beach, Florida. There's so many details that are wrapped into that. We actually went in on it with some of our very best friends, and it just fell into place. Mark and I have been thinking about properties for years, and then it just wasn't ever really the right timing. And then one day we were talking about it with our friends, and our friends were doing the same thing, and we thought if we went in together, it's less of a risk, even though we were willing to take that risk. But we just have been looking for months and months. We even put offers in on a few condos that we didn't get. So we ended up going under contract, I think it was Christmas Eve, with the one that we have now. And we did close on it, and we are slowly moving stuff into it. So we will obviously not be moving. It's in Florida, and it's going to be a place where we can vacation and our friends and family can, and then it will also be a rental property when we're not using it. So we are fully furnishing it, though. The previous owners took everything, which is probably good because their stuff wasn't really our taste in furniture. But it has been so much fun, but it has also been so time consuming and so much work, and I've never really done anything like this, so I'm learning as I go and trying to look on Pinterest for some inspiration, and hopefully things will start to look the way that we think they will in our heads. But we are painting the kitchen cabinets and the bathroom cabinets. I will show y'all like some updates as we go along, and then we on down the road would like to replace the floor, but that's not the top of our list right now. And we're going to paint some walls, and then like I said, furnishing everything. So I plan to actually head down there. Well, when I'm filming these voiceovers, I'm leaving tomorrow morning to do some cleaning. I think I'm going by myself, so I'm trying to think if I can maybe film a little bit while I'm down there and show y'all for those of you who might be interested, and even do a little bit of cleaning and organizing. It's not going to be like regular content on my channel or anything, because like I said, eventually this will be a rental property, so I'm not going to be down there cleaning it a ton, but for right now, while we're getting it ready, that's the plan. So that ended up being a long story, but that's what we've been up to, and it's been taking up a lot of our time, which I'm not complaining about because like I said, it has been so much fun, but it's just been a lot. I'm somewhere in the middle, try to find myself again, but life is one big riddle. All
know the future and what's been. Guess it's the way it goes, and I will never know why you let me go. Look to the left, look to the right, nothing can stop me in the night, like I am leaving all the bad stuff and trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm alone. I got it, I gotta go, running to better times. Go, from my emotions. I'll go, running to better times, to better times, to better times.
You guys know this about me, but I struggle sometimes with the juggling act of all the roles that I need to fill in life. Like, obviously I'm a wife and I'm a mom and I'm a friend and I actually do work. And then on top of that, now we're trying to do condo stuff. So I am just fitting stuff in when I can, and there are things that I'm absolutely putting on the back burner right now. Max just cracks me up with his haircuts. He always sneezes a ton, and then he gets hair in his mouth, and the faces he makes, you would think he was in pain, but it's just the faces that he makes. But anyways, this was the night before I left for Florida the last time, and the boys desperately needed haircuts. So it was almost bedtime, and before I fully loaded up the car with all that stuff I took out of my bedroom, I decided to go ahead and do their haircuts because Mark was going to get them in bed, and then they had school in the morning. So I just decided to add this in because this is like how my life is right now. It's just the kitchen's a mess, but I'm doing haircuts. There's so much that needs to be done upstairs, but I'm loading up the car with stuff. And if you're in the same boat, which I know that we basically all are, we all have different things we need to be doing. Sometimes we feel like we're doing too many things, that we can't be good at any one thing, which is how I feel a lot, but it's a balancing act. Nobody's perfect at it, and if you're trying, to me, that's good enough.
I look to the left, look to the right, nothing can stop me, nothing can stop me in the night. Look to the left, look to the right, nothing can stop me in the night, like I am leaving all the bad stuff.
As far as haircuts go, before when I've shown them on my channel, a couple of y'all have asked for tutorials, and I just don't think that I'm qualified to do that. I pretty much learned from watching my mom, and I mean, she's great at them, and I do them just because it's super convenient. I think Max had one haircut when he was a baby, his very first haircut, when she cut all his curls off, and it made me so sad. It needed to happen because his hair was getting out of control. But then right after that is when I learned. So that was probably about 7 years ago. And it took a while for, I think, Mark to get on board with the idea of me cutting his hair, which I totally get because he had to go into work and it just matters a little bit more when you're a grown-up. But then I finally did start cutting Mark's hair too. So I cut all the boys and Ava and Kate's. I trim theirs when it's needed. And then I just never get my hair done. So sometimes I even trim the bottoms of my own hair, which I definitely should not do. But Bo is just like, this is who he is. He was swallowing hair and getting stuff all in it. And I don't know, he just cracks me up. But honestly, it just saves a lot of time and money to do it at home. And even if I'm not the best, it just really doesn't matter. Their hair grows so fast. I do try to fade it a little bit on the sides, just go shorter on the bottom, then like a medium length in the middle, and then on top I just scissor cut. But I mean, I'm no expert, but I get it done and they look decent enough, right?
see the sun. Don't like it better when the sky is blue. I know I do, yeah.
I know I've looked before when some of y'all have asked for the little clipping kit that I use to cut their hair, and it hasn't been on Amazon, like not the exact same one that I have, but I will link one similar if I can't find the exact one I have. And it's always, you could always just try it out. I would just go safe at first and maybe do it on a longer length, because obviously you can't get that hair back, but the more you do it, the better you will get. And if you try on a little boy, he doesn't care, as long as you don't just, I don't know, make it too crazy short. To me, it's worth saving that money. So I'll link the stuff that I use for y'all. And my bedroom was in desperate need of some dusting. I've not dusted it in a while, and I don't know how one of our nightstands got messed up where the paint came off. I need to sand that down a little bit and repaint it. It's just a spot. I'm not sure what happened, but I just wanted to dust everything off now that all that stuff was taken out of our room to go to the condo. It had been sitting there for a while. Like, we've been collecting stuff. That's why I talked about that store that was local to us called The Hub, to get all of the discounted Target stuff, which a lot of y'all said you have something similar to that in your area. I know they're not in all areas, but I got the pillows on our bed. Those pillows were $15, and in the store they're like $35. So we got a lot of really good deals, some fun stuff for the condo. And we went to TJ Maxx and Home Goods, and it was crazy. Like, one of the first shopping things we did for the condo was at TJ Maxx and Home Goods, and they had like all of their beachy type stuff and decor and mirrors. They had it 50% off for some reason. And we just felt like, I don't know, we just felt like we were supposed to be there. So we grabbed a bunch of stuff that day. But I promise I'm not going to talk about the condo forever. It's just what's big in my life right now. And it's exciting. And I know that, y'all will be excited along with us. And some of y'all might want some details. So I'm just trying to share a little bit with y'all along the way.
I slowly have forgotten to remember about you, babe. If this is what all lovers do, I'll find another way. The way I fell in love with you is far from me today. I'd love to fall right back into.
And now that the bedroom's cleaned up, I wanted to come into the kitchen and get it tidied up and at least the dishes done before I left for 48 hours, basically. It was a whirlwind trip down to Florida. It only takes us about 4.5 hours to get there. So Mark was home with the kids, and I went with my friend, and we did a ton of cleaning. The previous owners just left it really dirty. So we still have a lot left to do. But I wanted to leave it in good shape for Mark in our house because he works from home mostly. He's going into the office a little bit every now and then. But the kids needed to go to school the next morning. And when our kitchen is clean, it is just a much smoother morning. I know that y'all can understand that too. It's so crazy. It's just like instantly when you wake up and your kitchen's a disaster, everything goes wrong in the morning. The kids can't find their shoes. Nobody has their water cups. We forget our Chromebooks for school. So this always feels good to get done. Sometimes I don't make the time for it, and I always regret it.
If this is what all lovers do, I'll find another way. The way I fell in love with you is far from me today. I'd love to fall right back into the way we used to play. Start again.
I want to have a little catch-up time and hear what's going on in y'all's lives. Was there anything good that happened to y'all this week, or is there anything that needs prayer? You can always leave it in a comment in this community here. I know there are so many who would love to pray for you, and I most certainly will too, but just catch me up on what's going on with y'all. I feel like I just blab about my life all the time, which y'all are so sweet to listen to, but sometimes I get really long-winded, and sometimes y'all might not like the chattier videos, but at the same time, it's kind of like hanging out with a friend. I know when I watch videos, I like it when people talk because I like to just hear what's going on in their lives. It's interesting and it's fun.
Tapping with my finger on the window. You keep pushing me away. I should let go. Messed up. I stare at you and wonder if you had my eyes to see, would you have found her? Would you be a rock if I'm a twister?
So I put up a poll over on Instagram, I think it was a few days ago or maybe even a couple weeks ago, asking, which I know too that there are so many more of y'all over here than there are over on Instagram, so sometimes the polls don't quite translate. But I was wanting to move my posting day to more of the middle of the week because a lot of times I procrastinate. Y'all know this about me. I wait till the very last minute. I'm recording these voiceovers on the day I'm posting this video. So I figured I don't really want to put a ton of my work for the weekend because a lot of times that's family time or friend time, and it's when a lot of my friends are not working. So I thought if I did like a Wednesday evening or a Wednesday morning posting schedule per week, that it would be a little bit better for me. And so many of y'all were, first of all, y'all are just always so sweet and said whatever works for me works for y'all, which is very kind. But then a lot of people said it would be great to have a middle of the week pick me up. So I would love to pick y'all's brains too, because obviously y'all are definitely the ones watching my videos. If I moved it to more of a Wednesday morning or Wednesday evening type situation, does that mess anybody up? Or for the most part, I think y'all are pretty much always go with the flow. But I'm working towards that posting day, I think, because it'll just be better all around and I won't be rushed and crammed to get everything done on Sunday night.
I know it's not just ordinary minds that think alike. Winking, thinking it was you. Now I'm showing off my feathers while I do. Winking, thinking it was you. Now I'm showing off my feathers while I do.
And now it is the next morning. I spent about 2 hours loading everything into the car because there were so many big items and it was basically like a game of Tetris. I drive a Nissan NV 3500, which is a 12-passenger van, so I am thankful for it in instances like this, especially because we had so much to take down. And my friend and I drove down for about 2 days, like I mentioned, and we unloaded all this stuff and we did a ton of cleaning, which was so necessary even though we have a ton left to do. But this was after we got back. I cleaned my bedroom before we left, but my bathroom is still a disaster and in need of some deep cleaning. Wanted to get the light fixtures dusted because they were gross, clean the mirrors, clean the counters, and then clean the floors really well too.
Disaster, disaster. Now I'm free. You show me that I don't need somebody. I only need myself, now it's just me. I'm gonna be free, be free. I'm free. You show me that I don't need somebody. I only need myself, now it's just me. I'm gonna be free, be free. Be free, be free.
somehow being down in Florida and cleaning all of the nastiness, especially when you're cleaning someone else's mess. Like, it's one thing if it's your family or your kids, like, you just do it and it's not that big of a deal. But when you're cleaning someone else's nastiness, it's a different story. But it kind of motivated me to want to come home and just clean my entire house. Granted, surprisingly, my house is not nearly as gross as that condo was, but I know some of y'all too are going to be wondering why I'm wearing shoes in the house, because people really freak out about stuff like that. But these were a brand new pair of shoes. They had never been worn before, so I wanted to see how they felt, and I mean, they were perfectly clean. It's basically like wearing house shoes in the house.
Show me that I don't need somebody. I don't really need myself, now it's just me. I'm gonna be free, be free.
Without any warning, we're sucking up the oxygen. The room is getting smaller. We always have it coming, like animals who like to bite, tasting our disaster. 20-something seconds go on and on. 20-something seconds go.
I've had this little plastic Lazy Susan on my counter for so long, and it has this suction on the bottom, so it was legitimately stuck. But I finally got it off, and it really wasn't even that gross underneath. But we get all kinds of stuff on our countertops. I guess that's just normal, but from the hairspray, and then there's the hair, of course. I've told y'all my hair has fallen out probably a little bit after being sick, but then my hair just always falls out. So I've been either letting it air dry and not doing anything to it, or just doing it in like the crimper waver thing, because I feel like that makes my hair look fuller, and it's honestly kind of easier sometimes. I just use that crimper from TJ Maxx. I think it was less than $20, and I love it.
The roof is gonna cave in. Roaring with some dinosaurs, so caught up in the moment. 20-something seconds go on and on. 20-something seconds go.
This tool is probably one of my favorite cleaning tools. I use it all the time. We even bought an extra one down for the condo because we were doing some deep cleaning. Don't forget to clean your faucets where the water comes out. Sometimes I forget, and it's crazy how much buildup there is. It's actually really gross, but it's also super satisfying to get clean, as well as the bottoms of my electric toothbrush and Mark's too. Sometimes I neglect those areas, and the kids too, and they get really, really gross.
If we promise to hold on and to never let go, I'm not ready for darkness. I'm not ready for. I'm not ready for darkness. I'm not ready for darkness. I know we can do better. I'm not ready for darkness. If we promise to hold on and to never let go, I'm not ready for darkness. I'm not ready for darkness.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious. Idiots thinking it will matter, keep me company downtown before the clock runs out. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready. happy, I'm not gonna wait. No, no, not yet. Whoa, no, not yet. Whoa, no, no, not yet. Whoa, I'm afraid I'll end up nowhere. They keep saying I'll be fine, but how you know that I'll be there when it feels like I'm lying every time someone asks how it goes?
So I started cleaning the bathroom when it was light outside, and then some friends in the neighborhood, and I have been talking about getting on a workout plan, like a more strict workout plan for a while now, something that we could all do together. And I didn't think it was going to be coming so fast though, because one of my friends texted and said, okay, let's come over and do the insanity test and do like the 60-day challenge, which my heart was not prepared for. But I left for a little while, went over there and did the test where you can see how many of each exercise you can do. Let me just say I put 1.5 for one of them. Like, that's how out of shape I am. And it was a little bit painful, and there were a few days that I couldn't walk. I'm starting to feel a little bit better, and I'm really proud of myself because we have been working out. Now, I know my schedule is going to be a little crazy for the next couple weeks, so I'm going to try to fit in workouts when I can. But a lot of days we go over there and work out, and that has not, well, at first we said we were going to do it at 5:45 in the morning, and I still said yes to that, which y'all know I'm not a morning person. But it's worked out pretty much every day for us to do it at a different time, like 8 o'clock. Sometimes we've done it at 10 a.m. or in the evening time, so which is much better for me. I do not do 5:45, but I was willing to do it for my friends.
She pulls the trigger and I'm just blown away downright. My mind's indifferent to know what's wrong or right. Her bite is bittersweet, cause I'm stuck between her lines. She silenced me with words that shouldn't be combined. Oh, I can't go on. Yeah, I must be strong, cause I'm weighing us down. Just a little bit.
So we have tile in our bathroom. We did get it to resemble wood a tiny bit, I guess, but it is like a rough tile. So sometimes I feel like when I'm mopping here, the mop head gets stuck on it a ton. I honestly just really don't mop my bathroom that much, but I do go over it a bunch with Clorox wipes and just spot clean certain areas. I mean, especially in the bathroom, but Clorox wipes just clean the floors so well, and I feel like they get everything up a lot better than a mop does in my bathroom, and the steam mop especially gets really stuck. So if I ever do mop in here, the best bet is the O-Cedar spin mop, but I like to vacuum and then sweep because there's always still hair or fuzz or something from the baseboards, and then just go over everything with a wipe.
I know you see me through, baby. I just want you badly now. Everything I feel is shown. There's nowhere I can hide. I can see myself falling, crashing down. I'm not in love with my.
There's definitely something that feels so good about having your bathroom clean. It's one thing to have the bedroom clean, the bathroom feels even better. And no, I did not clean the shower because I typically do clean it while I'm in it, so don't really show that on here. And I had just cleaned the toilet, but everything else is clean, including the floors and the baseboards, and it just felt really good. But can't wait to share some upcoming videos with y'all. There's lots of fun stuff going on, not just the condo, but a lot of other stuff too. So hope that you'll stick around and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching today, and I will see y'all in my next one. Bye, guys.